My beloved child, listen closely. Stop everything for a moment, because this is not random, this is not coincidence, and this is not just another message passing through your screen. Archangel Michael says your soul was meant to hear this at this exact time, because something in your life is reaching a turning point, and heaven is not here to scare you but to wake you up to what you already feel deep inside your heart, and you may have been ignoring signs pushing away your intuition or telling yourself that you can wait, but the truth is there are moments when your spirit is being called to rise, and this is one of them. And even if your mind is confused, your soul already knows that something important is shifting, and this message feels urgent because your life is asking you to pay attention now, not tomorrow, not later, but in this moment. And Archangel Michael says you have been strong for too long in silence, and now it is time to receive guidance instead of carrying everything alone. And you are not being punished, you are being prepared for something greater than you can imagine, and that preparation often feels uncomfortable because growth always requires change, and change feels like loss before it feels like freedom. And if your heart is beating a little faster right now, it is because your spirit recognizes this truth, and you are being reminded that you still have a purpose, that your journey is not over, and that your breakthrough begins the moment you choose to listen and trust instead of doubt and fear. And this is your sign to stop waiting for a miracle and start believing that you are becoming one. Because this is not a coincidence, this is not something you were meant to skip. And Archangel Michael says this message is finding you now because something hidden inside your life is about to surface, and your soul was ready to hear it even before your mind could understand it. And you may feel a strange pull, a sudden stillness, or a quiet emotion rising within you, and that is not fear, it is recognition, because heaven does not shout, it whispers through moments that feel urgent but comforting at the same time. And this urgency is not to scare you, it is to remind you that you have waited long enough, doubted long enough, and stayed silent long enough while carrying burdens that were never meant for you alone. And Archangel Michael says your strength has been tested again and again, yet you are still standing, and that alone proves that you are chosen to rise to something greater than what you have been settling for. And even though the world around you feels uncertain, your path is becoming clearer because your heart is learning to trust what your soul already knows, and you are beginning to see that everything you lost was making space for something aligned with who you are becoming. And this realization may feel overwhelming at first, but it is also freeing because you no longer have to hold on to what is no longer meant for you. And as you release the past, you create room for peace, purpose, and new beginnings to enter your life. And God says, this is the season where you stop shrinking and start stepping into your truth with courage and faith. And as you move forward, you will notice that your intuition grows stronger, your confidence becomes quieter but deeper, and your vision for your life becomes clearer, because you are no longer walking in confusion, you are walking in alignment. And every step you take with trust is opening doors you once thought were closed forever. And even when challenges appear, you will face them with calm strength, because you know they are not obstacles. They are. Listen closely now, because this is not just another message, this is a moment your soul was waiting for. And Archangel Michael says that everything you have felt lately, the restlessness, the heaviness, the sudden need for change, was not weakness, it was your spirit preparing you for a shift that is already unfolding around you. And you may not see it clearly yet, but something in your life is moving into alignment, and that alignment will bring clarity where there was confusion, peace where there was chaos and strength where there was doubt, and as you stand at this turning point you are being reminded that you do not have to remain in the same story. You can choose a new chapter at any time, and that choice begins the moment you decide to believe in your own worth and your own potential. And even if fear tries to whisper that you are not ready, heaven's voice is louder, telling you that you have been ready all along, and every experience you lived through was training you to walk into the life meant for you. And as you move forward with faith, you will feel a sense of lightness, because you are no longer carrying yesterday into tomorrow. You are stepping into the present with courage and hope, and this hope is guiding you toward a future filled with meaning, purpose, and peace. And you are not alone on this path. You are supported, protected, and guided every step of the way. Stay here and listen with your heart, because what is reaching you now is not random, it is not imagination, it is a divine reminder. And Archangel Michael says your soul has been calling for guidance even when your lips stayed silent, and the heaviness you have been carrying was never meant to break you, it was meant to awaken you to the truth that you are stronger than the storms that tried to drown you. And you may have felt invisible, unheard, or forgotten, but heaven has never taken its eyes off you. And every tear you cried, every night you questioned your purpose, every moment you felt like giving up was shaping a deeper wisdom inside you. And now that wisdom is rising gently within you, telling you that your pain was not pointless, it was preparation. And as this realization begins to settle, you will feel a quiet shift inside you, a release of the weight you have been holding, and a new sense of peace beginning to take its place, because you are finally allowing yourself to move forward instead of staying trapped in yesterday. And this forward movement is opening doors you once believed were closed forever, and guiding you toward people and opportunities that reflect the growth you have achieved. And even when fear tries to whisper again, your spirit will remember this moment and choose courage instead, because you are no longer the same soul who once doubted their worth. You are becoming the one who trusts their light and walks confidently toward a future filled with hope, healing, and purpose. And this journey is far from over, it is only just beginning. Listen deeply now, because something inside you is shifting, even if you cannot yet put it into words. And Archangel Michael says this shift is not temporary, it is the beginning of a new identity rising from the lessons of your past. And you may still carry scars from moments when you felt abandoned, misunderstood, or unseen, but those scars are no longer wounds, they are reminders of your survival. And as you breathe into this truth, you begin to feel strength where there was once pain, and clarity where there was once confusion. And this transformation is not loud, it is gentle, steady, and powerful, like a river that changes the shape of stone over time. And you are learning that your value does not depend on who stays or who leaves, it depends on the light you choose to keep alive within you. And as this light grows, you will notice how your energy changes, how your presence feels calmer, stronger, and more grounded, because you are no longer trying to prove yourself, you are learning to accept yourself. And this acceptance is unlocking doors to peace, joy, and purpose that you once thought were beyond your reach. And even when challenges appear, you meet them with grace, because you know they are stepping stones, not walls. And every moment you choose faith over fear, you step closer to the life meant for you. And this journey is guiding you toward healing, love, and fulfillment, and you are ready to receive it. Stay right here and let this moment sink into your bones, because what is happening inside you is not imagination, it is alignment. And Archangel Michael says this is the turning point your soul has been waiting for, since the nights you felt completely alone, since the moments you questioned your worth, and since the days you wondered if anything would ever change. And you may have tried to stay strong for everyone else while silently carrying a weight that no one saw, but heaven has always seen you. And every tear you hid, every prayer you whispered, and every time you chose to keep going when you wanted to stop was shaping the strength that now lives inside you. And as you stand here now, you are not the same. Pain taught you how to rise, how to feel deeply, and how to understand the world with compassion instead of bitterness. And this understanding is awakening a new version of you, one that no longer chases what leaves, no longer begs for what refuses to stay, and no longer doubts their value based on someone else's inability to love them fully. And this shift is powerful because you are finally choosing yourself, and as you choose yourself, you are stepping into a life that feels lighter, clearer, and more aligned with your purpose. And even when uncertainty tries to return, you will feel a quiet but unshakable strength reminding you that you are guided, protected, and deeply loved, and that everything you endured was preparing you for the chapter where you finally rise into the person you were always meant to be. And this is not the end of your story, this is the beginning of your becoming. Stay here and breathe slowly, because what you are feeling right now is not just emotion, it is a divine stirring inside your spirit. And Archangel Michael says this moment is arriving because your soul has been calling for guidance even when your voice remains silent. And you may have spent so many nights wondering if anyone truly understood the weight you were carrying, but heaven has always seen you, and every tear you shed, every fear you faced, and every time you chose to keep going when you wanted to quit was building the strength you now hold inside. And as you open yourself to this truth, you begin to feel a calm spreading through your heart, because you are no longer trapped by what hurt you, you are being lifted by what healed you. And this healing is not loud, it is gentle and steady, guiding you toward a future that feels aligned with who you are becoming. And as you move forward, you are learning that you do not need to rush your destiny, because what is meant for you will arrive when your heart is ready. And this readiness is unfolding with every step you take in faith. And as you choose hope over fear, you open yourself to new beginnings, deeper connections, and a sense of purpose that fills your soul with peace. And even when challenges arise, you face them with courage, because you know they are not here to stop you, they are here to shape you. And every step you take with trust is bringing you closer to the life your soul has been preparing for. And you are worthy of every blessing coming your way. And now, as this light continues to rise within you, you may begin to notice small changes in the way you see the world and in the way you see yourself, because you are no longer reacting from wounds, you are responding from wisdom. And Archangel Michael says this is the moment when your inner strength starts guiding your outer life, and even though the road ahead may still feel uncertain, you will walk it with a calm heart, because you finally trust that you are being led exactly where you need to be. And as you release the need to control every outcome, you create space for peace to enter your spirit. And this peace is reminding you that your journey is sacred, that your timing is perfect, and that your dreams are not too big, they are simply waiting for you to believe in them again. And as you hold on to this belief, you will find courage rising within you, pushing you to step forward even when fear whispers that you should stay where you are. And this courage will carry you through moments of doubt into experiences of growth, love, and fulfillment. And you will realize that everything you endured was preparing you to receive the life you once only imagined. And your heart will finally rest knowing you are exactly where you are meant to be. Stay connected to this moment, because what is awakening inside you now is not temporary, it is transformation. And Archangel Michael says your soul has carried silent prayers through seasons of waiting, through nights of confusion, and through days when you felt unseen, yet you never truly stopped believing. And that belief is now rising like a flame inside you, guiding you forward into a new reality where you no longer live from what hurt you, but from what healed you. And as you breathe into this Truth, you begin to feel a calm strength spreading through your heart because you are finally letting go of the weight you were never meant to carry alone, and this release is opening space for peace, clarity, and purpose to flow into your life, and you are starting to understand that everything you endured was preparing you for the life you are stepping into now, and as you continue to grow you will notice your confidence becoming quieter yet stronger, your dreams becoming clearer, and your spirit becoming lighter because you are no longer resisting change, you are embracing it with faith and courage, and even when the path ahead feels uncertain you trust that you are being guided towards something beautiful and meaningful, and this trust is becoming the foundation of your new life where hope replaces fear and love replaces doubt, and your soul finally rests in the knowing that you are exactly where you need to be and everything is unfolding for your highest good. Stay completely present with this moment and allow these words to settle deep into your spirit, because what you are experiencing now is not imagination, it is recognition, and Archangel Micheal says your soul has crossed a threshold where the lessons of the past are finally transforming into wisdom, and the pain you once carried is no longer asking to be relived, it is asking to be released, and you may remember how there were times you felt forgotten, unsupported, or misunderstood, but heaven never abandoned you even when the path felt silent, and as this truth begins to unfold inside you, a deep calm starts replacing the inner noise that once kept you awake at night, because you are no longer fighting to be seen, you are learning to see yourself, and this self-recognition is powerful. It changes the way you walk, the way you speak, and the way you choose, because you are no longer driven by fear of loss, you are guided by faith in your growth, and as you continue to move forward you will notice how your heart becomes steadier, your thoughts become clearer, and your spirit becomes lighter, because you are no longer holding on to what tried to break you, you are carrying what made you stronger, and even when uncertainty rises you will feel an inner voice reminding you that you have survived everything that once felt impossible, and this knowing becomes your anchor, guiding you toward a future filled with peace, purpose, and meaning, and your journey is not ending here. It is unfolding into something far greater than you once believed possible. Stay grounded in this moment and let the quiet strength rising inside you guide your heart, because what you are stepping into now is not a dream, it is a new reality, and Archangel Micheal says the time you spent waiting was never wasted, it was preparing you to recognize your own light, and even when you doubted yourself, heaven was shaping your courage through every challenge you faced, and as you move forward you will notice how your inner world begins to change before your outer world does. Because true transformation always starts within, and this inner shift is teaching you to trust your path even when you cannot yet see the destination, and as you choose to walk with faith your life begins to align with your highest purpose, drawing toward you people and opportunities that reflect the love and strength you now carry, and even when fear tries to return you will stand firm, because you know you are guided, protected, and never alone, and this knowing is leading you toward a future filled with peace, clarity, and fulfillment, and your story is still unfolding in ways more beautiful than you can imagine. Stay with this sacred vibration and let it move through every part of your being, because what is happening inside you now is not random, it is divine alignment, and Archangel Micheal says your soul has been realization begins to settle within you, your spirit starts to feel lighter because you are finally releasing the burden of the past and allowing yourself to step into a new chapter where you are no longer defined by what hurt you but by what healed you, and this healing is awakening a courage inside you that is guiding you forward into a life that feels aligned with your purpose. And as you continue this journey, you will notice your thoughts becoming calmer, your heart becoming stronger, and your vision becoming clearer, because you are no longer waiting for permission to live fully. You are choosing to rise, and this choice is transforming your reality from the inside out and leading you toward peace, fulfillment, and deep inner strength. And your story is only beginning to unfold in beautiful ways. And now, as this divine current continues to flow through your life, you may begin to sense a quiet power rising within you, because you are no longer standing in the shadow of your past. You are stepping into the truth of who you are becoming. And Archangel Micheal says the strength you carry was forged in moments you thought would destroy you, but instead they awakened your spirit and taught you how to stand even when the ground beneath you felt unsteady. And as you move forward, you will feel a deeper connection to your purpose, guiding your choices and shaping your future. And even when uncertainty appears, you will trust that every step is leading you closer to the life meant for you, and this trust will become your shield and your light, carrying you through every challenge into a season of peace, growth, and fulfillment, where your soul finally feels at home. And let this moment stretch across your entire being as you breathe into the truth that you were never created to live a small life. And Archangel Micheal says every tear you shed, every silent prayer you whispered, and every time you felt like the world had turned its back on you was actually preparing your soul to recognize its own divine power. And there were seasons when you questioned your worth, when you felt invisible, when you carried burdens that were never meant to be yours, yet you still kept going. And this perseverance is not ordinary, it is sacred, because it shows the depth of your spirit. And as you stand here now, you are no longer the same person who once begged for answers. You are becoming the one who understands that your journey was guiding you home to yourself, and with each step forward you are learning to trust the light within you more than the noise around you. And this trust is dissolving the fear that once kept you from dreaming again, and now your heart is opening to a future that feels aligned, peaceful, and full of purpose. And even when the path feels uncertain, you will walk with courage, because you know you are guided, protected, and never alone. And this knowing is the miracle you have been waiting for, because it is awakening the power within you to create a life filled with meaning, love, and divine peace.